Hello folks, in this video we are going to see about what is estimator and how we are going to use this in data science and machine learning. Now, let me assume that within 1 month election is going to held on. As a normal citizen, I am also eagerly waiting to know who is going to rule, but I don't like surprise, so I want to know it within a week. I am not in a superior power to change the election date, so it is not possible. Okay, now I am going to ask each and every individuals to whom they are going to vote. Wait. What an idiot I am. It's not a time consumption task. What I'm going to do now? I'm going to use the statistical tools such as sampling and estimator. From the statistical thesis, it is possible to estimate a population using the sample. So, I'm going to collect the samples from the population by following all statistical rules. What next? I want to estimate who is going to win the election. Estimator is the tool which is going to help me to estimate those numbers. Before doing this, let me have some research based on estimator. Now let's go. Suppose a fixed parameter theta needs to be estimated. Then an estimator is a function theta dash is equal to f of theta that maps the sample space to a set of sample estimates. Estimators can be range of values or a single value. When an estimator is a range of values, it is called interval estimate. When it is a single value, it is called point estimate. Let me clear that. Interval estimate is something that I say a person A will win the election with vote difference between 7,000 to 8,000. And point estimate is a thing that I say he will win the election with 7,456 vote difference if I have too confident in my statistical analysis. Estimators can be described in several ways, biased and unbiased estimation. I might have a rule to calculate the voting count such as population mean. The rule is an estimate that I hope it is a true reflection of the population. If my estimate aka statistics is not a true value reflection of population parameter, it is a biased estimator. If the statistics is a true reflection of the population parameter, it is an unbiased estimator. Now, we all have a question, what is bias and why it happens? The bias of an estimator is the difference between the statistics expected value and the true value of the population parameter. Bias is the tendency of statistics to overestimate or underestimate a parameter. This happens as a result of sampling or measurement error or unrepresentative samples. Bias is a property of the estimator, not an estimate. Often people refers to a biased estimate or an unbiased estimate, but they are talking about an estimate from a biased estimator or an estimate from an unbiased estimator. Often, if just a little bias is permitted, then an estimate can be found with lower MSE or fewer outlier sample estimates. Now, we are going to discuss about some of the most important concepts used in statistics such as sampling error, measurement error, efficiency, invariance, shrinkage and finally the sufficiency principle. First, let me discuss about sampling error. Sampling error is something in which statistic is not exactly matched to the population. Let me interpret it with some simulation. Let me assume some population with mean height 5.9 feet and standard deviation with 1.6 feet. Let me get some samples from the population and calculate a statistic value such as sample mean. This process proceeds for next sample. Here we can see that sample mean is very close but not exactly right. This difference is called sampling error. There is a note for sampling error, that is, if the statistic is unbiased, then average of all statistics from all samples will average the true population parameter. Second, we will discuss about measurement error. Measurement errors are something where a provided response is different from the real value. Don't get confused with this definition. I will make it clear with real world scenario. In my survey, a person have voted for person B, but he is confused by the question that I asked to him and mistakenly he responded that he did not vote for him. Likewise, several factors may cause measurement error, including the way the interviewer processed the question, the wording of the questionnaire, the way the data is collected, the respondent record keeping system. Next, we are going to discuss about efficiency. You could use a simple random sampling technique or a more complex one like stratified sampling to get the samples which represents the population. Out of all these possible scenarios, an efficient estimator is one that has small variance. That is, the estimator with the smallest possible variance is also called the best estimator. In other words, the estimator deviates a little as possible from the true value you are trying to estimate. Don't get panicked with the word complex one, that stratified sampling. Let me discuss about it later. The next important concept is invariance. In statistics, it can also mean a statistic that tends not to change, that is 99% of the time it will stay the same. Some specific statistics are scale invariant. Anderson in 1993 noted that Hotling's t-test is scale invariant. Each observation, the mean and the standard deviation, can all be multiplied by constancy and the statistic is unaffected. The next important topic in statistics is shrinkage. Shrinkage is where extreme values in a sample are shrunk towards a center value. Like the sample mean and the shrinkage estimator is a new estimate produced by the shrinking a raw estimate. Shrinking data can result in better, more stable estimates from true population parameter, reduced sampling and non-sampling errors, smooth the spatial fluctuations. It also has some disadvantage that includes shrunk estimators can become biased estimator due to underestimate the true population parameter. Shrunk fitted models can perform more poorly on a new dataset compared to the original dataset used for fitting, specifically R-squared shrinks. In Bayesian analysis, shrinkage is defined in terms of priors. Shrinkage is where the posterior estimate of the prior mean is shifted from the sample mean towards the prior mean. Models that include prior distribution can result in great improvement in the accuracy of shrunk estimator. Lasso estimator, ridge estimator, which is used in ridge regression to improve the least square estimate when multicollinearity is present. Steam type estimator, which is including the original James Steam estimator, and other shrinkage methods that include stepwise regression, which includes the shrinkage factor to 0 or 1, least angel regression, and cross validatory approaches. As a machine learning aspirant, I know the value of lasso and ridge regression in my model. It helps a lot in feature selection tasks while I'm analyzing the data and to regularize the complex models, even large neural network architecture. Along with shrinkage, we have another important concept that is called sufficient. A sufficient statistic is a statistic that summarizes all the information in a sample about a chosen parameter. Sufficient estimators exist when one can reduce the dimensionality of the observed data without loss of information. In A/B testing, the most commonly used sufficient estimator is the sample mean. Roughly given a set of independent, identically distributed data conditioned on an unknown parameter, a sufficient statistic is a function whose value contains all the information needed to compare any estimate of the parameter, example, a maximum likelihood estimate. In layman terms, a sufficient statistic is your best for summarizing your data. You can use it even if you don't know any of the actual values in the sample. Finally, we are going to discuss about the sufficient principle. The sufficient principle, yes, allows us to potentially reduce our data footprints and eliminate extra non-informative data. The data reduction method summarizes the data while retaining all the information about a particular parameter theta. Today, I hope you all got an in-depth knowledge on estimators and statistics concept. In our next updates, we will discuss about hypothesis testing and sampling technique which is used in data science and machine learning. So stay connected with us. Thank you and goodbye.